My name is Noortije and I work as a researcher at the University of York and in Bradford with the Born in Bradford project.
What does do you have a typical day and what does that look like for you?
So, I have fairly typical days, I think. When I'm in Bradford, the project I work for is really collaborative. So we work with lots of other researchers in our team, but also with lots of people from outside, so people from the community, charity organizations. So on those days I would spend a lot of my time in meetings that can be more formal or just to catch up with colleagues, or team meetings, or having quick chats about how we're going to approach something. Then when I'm here in York, I normally have some more time for writing, for example, writing up results of studies. A big part, I think, increasingly as you get further in your career is trying to find your own funding. Applying for funding because often you don't get all the funding you apply for, so that takes quite a lot of time and sometimes not always with a direct result. There's other bits. Some weeks I'll be really busy doing analysis, for example. Some weeks I'm preparing for a conference, talk. Yeah, so it does vary quite a lot, I guess.
So you mentioned that earlier on you were quite shy and it was difficult to get your point across. So how did you sort of overcome this through the years?
I think people who are naturally shy probably don't overcome that completely. I definitely didn't, and I don't think you necessarily have to be able to be a good researcher. So you definitely have to do a lot of presentations. Because if you do the research you have to be able to explain what it means and be able to explain it to an audience. It's not just academics, but normal people and other jobs can also understand what you're doing. So I think that's partly just practice and doing it a lot, and I still get nervous for big presentations now, but then at least you can prepare, right? So you can prepare for what you're going to say. That's a lot easier still for me than it is if I have to discuss research out of the blue with a lot of people there. So I don't think I've overcome it completely, but I think I can manage it all right now. And I think in research you do get a lot of time to actually think through what you want to do and how you're going to do it. Some other jobs are much more high-paced, like if you work in an academic setting, I think the pace is a bit slower, so you have time to think it through and to think about what you're going to say in a meeting, for example, so that you're prepared, and it helps. I thought about being a writer. I don't know what I would write about, because I'm better writing about research than I am about fiction. I found out while I was doing biomedical science that that wasn't actually what I was interested in, but sometimes I think when you're 18 it's hard to know what it is that you're actually interested in. Now I know that I'm doing social epidemiology, but I didn't know there was such a thing until I first, came into contact with researchers who were doing that. I thought I wanted to be a biomedical scientist, and I found out along the way that I didn't. And also still when things get a bit difficult and I get 3 papers rejected in a row, I still think about all the other things I could be doing, like be an organic farmer or something like that, but that's more of a dream than that I'm actually going to pursue that probably.